Dance.
So my name's Lisa. I am currently 18 years old, and you wouldn't think it, but I actually play volleyball. My most known and biggest achievement, and most recent, is that I won the Australian Open Women's title singles in February, so a couple of months ago. It was the biggest win of my career. It was probably one of the most unexpected things. Like you think as being an 18-year-old, like that you can't take like be as good as those people that are like been playing for Australia and stuff like that. And to win it against all those amazing players was unbelievable. And it's actually in a video attached, which is the last ball I played that I needed to make to win the game. So have a look at that. Yeah, so that was in the big final. I was playing one of my friends, so it's kind of tough to have to beat them, but then again, you don't want to lose either. So that was a really intense game, really important moment, and I'm very thankful that I was able to make that shot and take away the $18,000 winners check. So yeah, so as you can see though, we're all wearing bright colours. It's made to look interesting, and it really has grown since the 90s, and it's getting more appealing to younger people, which is really good. So, why do I play volleyball? It's a good question. I guess the thing that really stood out to me was the fact that it was different to your typical everyday basketball, netball, soccer sport. I mean, as much as those sports may sound more interesting, to me, I was really intrigued with volleyball because I tried it and I realised that it's not as easy as it looks. And it takes so much skill involved in being able to put everything together and be consistent at it. So I took it on as a challenge because I wanted to become good at something that was really difficult to play. So yeah, ever since I started it, I loved it, and it was just the thing that was right for me. So I continued, and 8 years later, I'm still playing it. How many hours a week do I train? With any sport, practice makes perfect. And if you want to be the best at something, you have to practice. You just got to think like, if you're not practicing, someone else might be, and one day you might have to play them. So you want to give yourself the edge of everyone. You've got to practice all the time. And for me, I pretty much practice whenever I can amongst work and everything else that I do. I try to practice at least 4 times a week for up to 2 hours. And if that's not possible, at least 3 times a week. I mean, if you're passionate about something, you will want to go and practice. So I want to be the best at volleyball, and I want to be as good as I can. So I know the more I practice, the more chance I give myself at achieving my goal. So as I said, practice makes perfect. So I try to get out there as much as I can and practice as many different things as possible. So yeah, in volleyball, it really does take a lot of practice to get good at it. So practicing a lot really is the key. How many hours a week would I play competitions? Generally due to work commitments and stuff like that, and people who go to school. Most of us only really ever get to play and compete on a Saturday, which is in a pennant competition. Paddling competitions are very, very high level and goes for about 6 hours at a time. You play in a team of four, and like you have Premier League, which is your top like level, which is the best you can play at, and so pretty much all the practice you do throughout the week leads up to playing in a competition. That's probably the main competition that you'll play. But apart from that, like championships, state events come through the week, and if you play enough of them, you look at playing like at least one, one or two club or state events in a week. In yeah, so in the season. So there's lots of competitions that you can play, and again, playing in these competitions means you have to take time off school. So it's hard to juggle everything around school goals and keep an even balance with everything. So yeah, depending on how many competitions you play, you're looking at 1 to 2 a week, if not more. So I think fitness is a big part of the sport. Most of you people would think I'd say no, but the answer is yes. I mean, if you're going to go and stand out in the sun for long periods of time, like I'm talking maybe up to 8 hours a day, to be able to withstand all the heat and the elements and not get sunstroke and heat stroke, you need to be physically fit, and also you need to be physically fit to concentrate as well. So it really honestly is important to keep your fitness levels up so that you can remain at that peak of performance, so to speak. If you're unfit, you're gonna lose interest and lose concentration. But if you're fit, you allow yourself the best opportunity to perform at your best. So being fit really, really is a big part of it. So what components are involved in all those? You'd be surprised there's actually quite a few. I mean, of course you have your physical components, but that really isn't one of the most important. Like, I mean, of course, being physically like fit and things like that to be able to withstand standing outside in the sun for a long period of time is important. But I feel personally that the most important part is the mental aspect. Without that component, you're not going to be able to mold everything together and be complete. Like, you really got to have the mental capacity to get the edge over your opponent and get into their head and stay one step ahead. And if you can be mentally strong as well as being physically fit, it's a perfect combination, and you're going to succeed, and you're going to allow yourself to be the best you can. So, to me, of course, there's a physical component, but the mental component is the most important. There's probably many more components involved in law balls, but it's probably too much to go into. But the most important one, I would say, is definitely the mental side. With that, it makes you the complete winner. So is lawn bowls an old person sport? I can definitely 100% say no, it is not. I'm 18 years old. All of my friends who play lawn bowls are under 25. So if that's old, then that's a worry. I mean, lawn bowls these days is pretty much being called the young person sport that old people can still play. It's competitive at a young age, and maybe for the older people it's something to do when they retire, which it was known as many years ago. But now, lawn bowls is a young person sport. And the Australian team, all young people all under the age of 30, and as a fact, the average age of the Australian lawn bowl team is actually younger than the average age of the Australian cricket team. So everyone respects cricketers. So that's saying something. So it's really changed. It used to be the old people sport that you don't want to play until you're retired and stuff like that. But now you can play it when you're older. But if you want to be competitive, it's the best sport to take up when you're young. So it's a perfect sport for everyone, really. That's what is one of the beautiful things about it, is you can still play it when you are old. So it's a fantastic sport for everyone, but I definitely do not think it is an old person sport at all. So guys, that's just a little bit about me and a few of my thoughts on the sport of lawnmowers. I hope you enjoyed listening. I hope what I've had to say has changed a lot of your people's minds about lawnmower being your perfect sport. So I mean, honestly, give it a try. It is an absolutely fantastic sport, just as a social thing, and it's fun and interesting. And you'll probably find as soon as you try it that it really isn't as easy as everyone says. So I encourage you to try it. I hope you have enjoyed listening, and again, try it because it's fantastic. So thank you. Bye.
If you listen